So here guys, welcome back for a new video of the Introspection Academy on double barring, right? This is a technique that's really trademarked for Greg Howe, right? He's doing that all the time and it's so cool, it's so fun to do myself, it's so cool to break up your lines, to have a bit that, basically these are fourths, right? As an interval is just fourth, but he's really integrating them really nicely. So we'll be talking about those, and we'll be doing some pretty advanced stuff today, right? I want to cater for guitarists that are pretty advanced also. So buckle up, guys. It's gonna be a little bit of a more advanced lesson. I'm really trying to play some intelligence line for you today, guys. All right, double barring. Now, before we start, as always, if you like this, if you like what I'm doing, right, you like my style, you appreciate what I'm doing, well, please subscribe to the channel. That really helps, or give a like to the video. That really, I can feel the love then. And also, much more important, guys, there is a link in every video since 3 weeks. Every link I am offering a free PDF with 22 arpeggio shapes. There's no point in coming here and following my content or following me on Instagram or my Patreon page. I'm leaving some links below where I teach. And you don't have that resource of those arpeggio shapes because I'm always talking about them, right? You need, at a certain point in your life, in your education, you need to study those 22 arpeggio shapes, right? It's just like once you start the minor pentatonic, you study them, right? If you want to be a big boy, you want to join the fusion guys, you want to go Greg Howe, you need to study your arpeggio shapes. And they're doable, right? If I can do it, you can do it. So anyway, I can't stress it enough, more than 180 people in 3 weeks time have downloaded that PDF. It's for free, there's no strings attached, right? It's just you download them, and although it's a first step in engaging with me as a Greg Howe teacher, right? So on and so on. Let's move to the lesson, let's move to some double barring. So very quickly, what is double barring? It's a very strange name to start off. The whole lesson will be in F Dorian. Let's say this backing track will be a little bit our thing here. It's kind of really cool, right? It's in F Dorian. So if we look at it, let's take a scale fragment to directly demonstrate it. Right? So I have an F here, of course, and then I have this shape. So very slow. And again, the 3-note string guys, they would think like this, guys, very shortly. So I have F Dorian, so I have G Phrygian, right? But we don't do that, right? We go. I was doing that, but I'm not doing it. I'm terminating, I'm destroying this note here and I'm playing it here. Because this is a stretcher, as I explained in my other videos, it's a fret in between, we don't like that fingering, so I remove that note and I replace it by that. Then I have a much more vertical shape, that's what we like. Anyway, so we have here, this is important. If we look at the top two strings, basically, if I look it like that, I can have, right? I have fourth. Interval is a fourth, and then I can do lines like this. And this is the first example, I would say. I love placing that note before it. Something like that, right? So anyway, this would be a first example, guys, right? You can do also this. So that's the first. You get an in-screen tap when we do the longer, more advanced line, guys. So I hope you can follow this pretty quickly. You stop the video, maybe you tap it out for yourself. It's just a starter, right? This is a primer for the technique. Also, I'm using, of course, hybrid picking, so. Again, down pluck, hybrid. I'm descending. This is trademark Greg Howe descent. He's always doing it. Always. And I know. I'm the guy that knows, right? 16 hours of private lessons, 2 workshops in France, and 6 years of obsessive playing. Greg always does. He repeats. Anyway, that's not the lesson for today. Very slowly. So if I play that over the track. Really, so that's double barring. The double barring goes here. Just because you bar the strings, right? So let's do another example, guys. So I'm moving up the neck. Now, when I move up the neck, I don't see 3-note string stuff, guys. I see always 5 shapes, and the 5 shapes correspond to the gauge system and to chord shapes. So the next thing I'm kind of seeing here is maybe this, right? So in F Dorian, I like this F minor 9 chord, right? See, let's see, which is a 8-6. Beautiful chord, right? In F minor 9. When I see this, I know from my jazz studies that it's diatonic to a B flat dominant. It's a B flat 11 here, right? It's basically 2-5-1, but it doesn't matter. So the thing is, what I want to show you guys is this arpeggio. Right, so this is this is an A flat major 7, which is the coolest arpeggio, basically one of the coolest arpeggios you can play over an F Dorian, right? It's always the case, right? When you play the arpeggio built from the 3rd degree of any scale, it's the coolest arpeggio, right? Big secret, big formula, right? So what I'm going to show you here is this. It's a 4-note arpeggio. I love that shape. We have the double bar again. So I have, let's see, I have 5-6 and I have 5-8. Surprisingly enough, I'm also, it's down, 2 plucks. So every time, so this is just, you don't have to overanalyze everything, guys. You know, I'm just teaching you from now on. If you have a minor track just like this, right? It's just a static minor chord fam. You take you have that beautiful chord that goes with it, and then there's a beautiful major 7 arpeggio almost hidden in that arpeggio, in that chord shape. And then I would like do that, like, I'm gonna get a bit closer, guys, for you, so you can see what I'm doing. So again, and then I would go, again, double barring, come to this 6th fret here, or something linear. That's it. See how it sounds. Zero one. All right, you see I'm connecting them now. So. Just wanted to do that. Anyway, so these are two warm-ups, right? Or I hope some good information, guys. Starting with some double barring. Told you it's gonna be a bit more advanced this time. I could have showed you this, like those pentatonic stuff. There's also double barring, but that's not advanced enough, I think. Need to show sometimes that there's a bit more depth to what I know. Alright, let's do now a good example. So I'm throwing up the already the tab for you guys. So the line that I'm doing is this now. Let's see. I'm gonna explain it, guys. I'm gonna show it first on the track. What is this madness? You got the tabs, of course, but let me quickly explain again. So where am I now? Again, always thinking in arpeggio shapes. I was here. I'm moving up a little bit more to the next. So the next shape I know for a minor chord is this. Right? And we have this. This is F Dorian in the most vertical way I can play this, right? So. And then again, I'm seeing this, guys. I love that. Greg loves that. Greg is always doing that. It's the same fragment as here. And then I'm always so addicted to doing exactly at that spot. I love that chromatic descent. So now comes a really interesting moment here, guys, because what I'm doing next is this. So let's talk about this move, right? So I slide from 7 to 8, hammer roll. Me personally, I know it doesn't look like a double bar, but it's the same thing. Why? This is also a fourth, right? So I consider it basically the same. Right? You can almost hear it as the same quality, right? Anyway, so. And then this seems a bit inefficient or something. Trust me, Greg is doing that all the time. So one of his secrets is he's always doing those little super intelligent mini slides, right? That's how he gets his cool sound. So, and it's really interesting. It gets even more interesting now because every time I'm here. That's why I told you F minor is equal or diatonic to B flat dominant. B flat dominant gives me these diminished 7 arpeggios. I'm seeing. It's a bit of a short explanation, guys, but I cannot go for half an hour or lesson or something, but just know it comes from that B flat. Basically it's generated by that B flat dominant arpeggio chord that is diatonic to F minor, right, to F Dorian. Then very diatonic, just F Dorian. But then I see another opportunity to do a double bar. I love that. And again, my favorite chromatic descent at the same plane. So yeah, guys, that's the line, and it's up here, so you can take a screenshot and work on it a bit. So, but I wanted to also teach it, and look how I sneak in those double bars, just as the other lines, and that's basically it. So double barring is not rocket science, but it's also not just do it and hope you find a good line. No, I showed you really some good starter examples, I guess, to where exactly, because Greg is doing that in very specific places, and he got tons of other strategies, Greg, right, where he uses it. But I just want to start out with these 3 examples for you guys to have a go, right? So, alright, just to finally conclude, guys. See the description below, see the PDF. If you didn't by now, don't download it. Just do it, because again, I've talked about arpeggios today, just in the beginning of the lesson even. Right? I don't know if I started it like that, but this is a C minor 7 arpeggio over an F Dorian. It's the R5 shape, blah 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 blah. Download that PDF and you'll know what I'm talking about. You'll know the shapes, and it's good for you. Just like vitamins. Alright guys, see you next week. My talk is over. I hope you have something useful here, and I'll see you next week for the Introspection Academy. See you soon.